न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः।
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Dhyayamudhavalavakunthanavatim Tejomayam Nishtikim Nigdhapangavelokinim Bhagavatim Mandaspita Shri Mukhim Valsalyamritavarshinim Samuduram Sankirtanalapinim Shamangi Mathatikta Suktim Amritanandamayi. Om Amritageetananda Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Ha Saraswati Namaha. Om. My infinite prostrations as the lotus seat of my Sadguru Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Universal Teacher, Universal Mother. My humble pranams to all of us beloved children listening to this talk. Today we will try to discuss a little about Janmashtami, the incarnation or birth of our Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and we will also connect it with the last two topics which we had covered. One which is 4th of August, we had the new moon day, we had given offerings to our ancestors. Then we have on 15th we have our Independence Day also. So these two topics, briefly we will discuss these topics and connect it with Bhagavan Krishna's birthday, which comes on the 26th of this month, and our Amma's Kartika Nakshatra star also comes on the same day, 26th of August, this is Monday. So let us see the important thing. Many years back, I was asked to give a talk on Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and I was thinking what I should talk. With this thought in mind, I was from the front side, I was entering the Kali temple, and when I climbed up the steps and when I reached almost the hall, there was in the nearby temple the temple festival was going on, and I could hear a kirtanam, a beautiful song on Sri Krishna, and that song was ആയിരം നാവുള്ളോരനന്തനേ നിനക്കാകുമോ ഭഗവാനെ വാഴ്ത്താൻ ആയിരം നാവുള്ളോരനന്തനേ നിനക്കാകുമോ ഭഗവാനെ വാഴ്ത്താൻ. That's a very beautiful Malayalam kirtanam. The meaning is, we are asking the Shesha Bhagavan, the 1,000-headed the snake on which Bhagavan Vishnu is lying, we are trying to describe, narrate the stories, the glory of Bhagavan, the Sri Narayana Bhagavan Vishnu in his different incarnations. The most important are 10, there are many incarnations, and we are asking Sheshanaga, this Shesha Ananta, he has 1,000 heads. With this 10,000 tongues, Airam Navullor Ananthane, with your 1,000 tongues, can you describe the glory of Bhagavan? It is not possible at all. That is the meaning. Swami Chinmayananda used to say very beautifully, I listened to his talk many years back. Swami Chinmayananda also used to say, he was giving a talk on the Sri Krishna, and he said, Swami Chinmayananda is very, very humorous. So he says, to talk about Krishna in 1 hour, Krishna himself will not be able to do it. That was very beautiful. The example Swamiji was saying, to talk about Krishna in 1 hour, Krishna himself would not be able to do it. So it is so vast. There is a countless, from the beginning of creation, there are so many incarnations. That is what we have to see now. So the we have seen we said on the fourth we we are giving offerings to our ancestors. The reason we said it is Thanksgiving. So whatever they have done for us, it's a Thanksgiving day. So our Pitrus, we thank them for many things which we have, including our body, and also we have to remember we got this independence only because our ancestors, the sufferings they have undergone, the mental and the physical tortures and sufferings, humiliations they have suffered. So with that great sacrifice they have given us this Independence Day, we are very, very thankful for to them also. And independence, you can see, it's a relative word. We can never say that we are totally independent. No country can say that we are totally independent. No country can be really proud to say that we are totally independent. We don't depend upon any other country for anything, for food, for anything. We are independent. One earthquake, one tsunami is enough. That pot will be reduced to a trash can. They have take the begging bowls and they go to the neighboring countries for help. So let us not be proud of our achievements. Let us be thankful to our ancestors, to Bhagavan, to Amma, and to our ancestors. Let us be thankful. Of course, you can be proud that I am an Indian. We have on Independence Day, we have seen our achievements are, our defense. We can challenge anybody now. We can face anybody's challenge, unlike 30 years back. So we can be proud of that. I am an Indian. So that is what we had to say. And now, one important point you'll see, Bhagavan Krishna is a very complex personality. You can see in Bhagavan Sri Rama, whatever he said, he showed in his actions also. Satyam, he said the truth. When his father Dasharatha indirectly asked him to go to the forest, he went to the forest for 14 years. So, but when you look at Bhagavan Krishna's personality, it seems to us, Vyamishrene eva vakyena buddhi mohesi eva. The third chapter, Arjuna tells Bhagavan Krishna, Vyamishrene eva, as if confusing words, Vyamishrena eva vakyena buddhim mohesi eva. It seems to me with your seemingly confusing, I don't say you are confusing me. It seems to me, because of my limited thinking, it seems to me that you are confusing me. And please clarify. So he asked the questions also. You can see that in the third chapter beginning, we can see that. So it appears that we see the three pillars of dharma in our Sanatana Dharma. We say, you can say it is Brahmacharya, Ahimsa. Satyam, the Brahmacharya, Ahimsa. So Satyam, when you come to Satyam, we think that Bhagavan Krishna has stolen but not only butter, but the clothes of the gopis. Then when it comes to the Brahmacharya, Bhagavan Krishna had married 16,008 wives. Then we come to Satyam, the Ahimsa, non-violence. We see that Bhagavan Krishna had killed his own uncle Kamsa, and Shishupala is the Bhagavan's nephew. So he killed Shishupala also, and not only it seems to us that he has provoked the Pandavas to fight. It seems to us that he is encouraging the Pandavas to have to go on with the Mahabharata. He could have stopped it. He didn't stop it. So it all see that we have no time now. If we carefully analyze, we can see that whatever he did, it was in tune with Satyam and Dharma. When Bhagavan does something, for example, if you say, Bhagavan married 16,008 wives. Yes, but the thing is, there was not a single divorce. Can you understand? 16,008 wives, but there was not a single divorce. Whereas we can see people, they find it difficult to make one wife happy. So that 16,000 wives, he could make them happy. That itself is his greatness. And secondly, for the stealing of butter, it is not stealing. He just want to show that whatever actions you do, it is because of my power, and therefore you renounce the fruits of actions. So karma phalam, the butter, and they were all the gopis and gopa, they were waiting, they wanted Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna to come and steal. And so he stole not only butter, but he stole their hearts also. So you have to understand that the intention is most important than the actions. And again, coming to the ahimsa and killing the Kamsa and Shishupala, etc., it is again to restrict again the Ritam vadashyami, Satyam vadashyami, the truth, Satyam, Dharma. Dharma is that factor which keeps this, which maintains the whole world is dharma. When anybody goes against dharma, he upsets the balance in the creation. Therefore, he has to be controlled. So that is the meaning in short, as we have seen. So the Krishna Bhagavan, we can see birthday. They say it is only Puranic. It's only Puranic character. It was the Krishna was never born. Actually, it is a story. It is not a story. It is a his story. His story, history. It is not only epics, but it is history also. We have so many proofs of both Sri Ramayana and Bhagavad, the birth of Bhagavan Krishna and his life. It is real. It really happened many years back. So that is what we have to understand. Coming to the main point, we have to understand the importance of the worship of God with form. That is very, very important. Many times we have already discussed it, that we need not discuss again. So the one important point we will tell you, in our history books we have studied, that we are taught, I remember, the ancient Hindus worshipped the cosmic powers out of fear. This is what we were taught in our school history books. The ancient Hindus worshipped the cosmic powers out of fear. It is not out of fear. It is out of intelligent understanding. So why do we worship the sun? Shanno Mitra, Shambarudaha. Mitra means sun, friend. He is a friend. He gives us light, heat, nourishment, everything. He nourishes the plants which give us food. And therefore, he is our friend, Shanno Mitra. See, then secondly, he is the greatest karma yogi without expecting anything. He does his daily duty. He promptly rises in the morning in the east and then slowly sets in the west, and he just goes on giving and giving and giving with no thought of getting. What can we give the sun? The sun gives us so much, but what can we give them in return? We can only thank him. That the thankfulness, that attitude of thankfulness is what we can give him. Or we can say we worship the mountain. So why do we say the Parvata, Parvati, Parvata Vasini Parvati? The mountain. When we worship the mountain, we worship the mountain's quality. The mountain is called in Shastra, in our Sanskritam, it's called Achala. Achala means which cannot move. Himachala, Arunachala, Aruna Achala, Himachala. Achala means, Chala means move, Achala means immovable. No cyclone in this world can shake a mountain, and therefore that quality of that that quality is attributed to Sri Rama. So you say when the Sri Rama is called is known as Achala. So nothing can shake him. He is as firm as the mountain. Any kind of the difficulties, any kind of problems could not shake Sri Rama. That is why we worship the mountain. And again, when we look at the ocean, we say ocean always represents the infinite Brahman. The Parabrahman is infinite. We can never measure the oceans with width and depth. It is so wide, it is so deep, we can never, immeasurable. That is the meaning of when we worship the ocean, we remember that Bhagwan, just as the ocean is immeasurable, the Bhagwan Brahma, he is immeasurable. That's the meaning. So gratitude is what we have to understand. And now again we see the Bhagwan Krishna, he is connected with the cow. We have to understand one great lesson we have to understand from Bhagwan Sri Krishna is he is related with he was a cowherd. So we have to understand how in those days and nowadays also how important the cow is. The cow's milk gives us the cow's milk and the milk products beginning with ghee, what do you call it, the curds, yogurt, buttermilk. These the milk products, they nourish us so much. So the cow's milk is very, very important. You can experiment. You can look at two boys. Every day you feed one boy with the cow's milk, and every day you feed the other boy with the buffalo's milk, and see the difference. A boy who drinks cow's milk every day and a boy who drinks buffalo's milk every day, you can see the difference. Buffalo's boy can be very stout and very, very tough, but the boy who drinks cow's milk, he is not only strong, but he is very intelligent. He develops the quality of the cow. So that is why we can see cow in the olden days. We say the wealth of a person was measured by the number of cows he had. In the olden days, the wealth of a person was measured by the number of cows he had. So that is cow. Cow is very, very important for us. It's our economy. And secondly, we can see Bhagwan Krishna's elder brother Balarama. He also is set with the plow, Krishi. So the cow, these are our both the brothers. Bhagwan Krishna associated with the cow, and Bhagwan the Balarama, the elder brother, he is associated with the plow, with this cultivation, agriculture. So these are in the olden days, it is the economy. So protecting both, we worshipping both Bhagwan Krishna along with Balarama. We say we are blessed with the economy in the olden days. That's what we have to understand. And again, you can see the avatar. When you say avatar is avatar is a uniting factor. When avatar comes, we can see that we are all focused on our avatar, Amma. So here what happens is that a positive collective thinking, that's what we see. Positive, when we are in Amma's presence, we all have divine thoughts, collective thoughts of the devotion, and we have divine thoughts, the collective divine thoughts that can create a very, very the divine atmosphere, very pure atmosphere. That is what we can say. So our acharyas taught us that if we are ruled, we ourselves are responsible for a virtuous king like Bhagwan Krishna or Rama, or we ourselves are responsible if we are ruled by a wicked king like Ravana, we are responsible. So how is that? We can see in India and Lanka. In India, we have devotion to a god, and so we can see that there is collective. The atmosphere is filled with the full of divine thoughts. When we hear somebody chanting, then divine thoughts enter our mind. So when there is temple festival, we see the loudspeaker, then the whole neighborhood, when we hear that, there is collective divine thoughts. So that atmosphere becomes very peaceful. So when we are virtuous, when we are dharmic, all the people in the country are, or maybe majority, they are virtuous and they are the dharmic, then we can see that collective thoughts will create a dharmic, virtuous king like Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, or Harishchandra, those great parampara of Suryavamshi, solar dynasty, and the lunar dynasty, the Chandravamshi. They are great kings. Not only in the Puranas, we can see in the like when we had the Shivaji or Rana Pratap, etc. They had their own gurus. Chandragupta Maurya, when he had a great guru, then they were virtuous. So collective positive thoughts can create a virtuous dharmic king. And when in Lanka, it was collective, the collective negative thoughts which created a king like Ravana. Collective negative thoughts create a very, very negative atmosphere. That sum total of negative atmosphere creates a very wicked, selfish king. Therefore, we have to we had to create all our temple festivals that throughout the country at the same time, beginning from from the January 14th, from the up to April, we have temple festival in all temples. We have one after the other. We have the temple festival. In 3 months, we have that. We are charged with divine vibrations, by the thoughts of devotion, collective thoughts of devotion. Then that country becomes very peaceful. That's what we have to understand. And again, we can see Amma's own example. Amma always say that the sun's rays are scattered, but when it go through a magnifying glass, it can burn paper. So you can see laser beam. So the laser beam is it's a light. When that laser beam it becomes single pointed, it can cut even steel. So you can see even the power of light. It is concentrated. It can cut, the laser beam can cut even it can cut even steel. So that is why we can say any thought which is completely focused, that can take us to God. So we remember that briefly we can say that there was discussion between Akbar and the great his musician Tansen. So when Akbar thought that Tansen was the greatest singer, but when Akbar heard Tansen's guru, Swami Haridas, when he heard Swami Haridas singing, Akbar said that we told the story. Tansen told Akbar, "Oh, Your Majesty, I sing in order to please you, whereas my Guru, he sings in order to please God." So any emotion, any kind of emotion directed towards God can finally take us to God. So we can see the gopis, the great bhaktas of Bhagavan Krishna, they were completely, they had only one single thought, completely focused on Bhagavan Krishna. So you can see the gopis, they merged into Krishna. Not only gopis, we can see Kamsa, Shishupala also, they also finally merged into Krishna, because Kamsa constantly thought of Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna. Kamsa was also continuously think of Krishna as an enemy. He was out of fear. Out of fear, he was continuously thinking of Krishna. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna, he was also, when a person meets the death at the hands of an avatar, he merges into that avatar. So that we can see. So all those Bhagavan Sri Rama killed, they all got moksha. So the Kamsa also got moksha. And so Kamsa continuously thought of Bhagavan Krishna out of fear. And we can see Shishupala, he also continuously thought of Bhagavan Krishna out of anger. Continuously anger. He also was killed by Shishupala, and he also merged into Bhagavan Krishna. We can see in our modern example, Archimedes and Isaac Newton. And Isaac Newton's, when an apple fell on Isaac Newton's head, he had only one single thought. He went on thinking, why does everything fall down? Why does everything? That single thought, the answer comes from within. The answer didn't come out from anywhere outside. He understood that there is a power which pulls everything down. Archimedes also, he was continuously thinking. He also got the answer. He started eureka. We know that story also. So the right thinking is very important. I remember when I was studying, one of our school teachers taught us something very important. You see the thinking. They say that Arjuna. I explained the meaning of Arjuna. Arjavam, Amanitam, Adambitam, Ahimsa, Chantir, Arjavam. The Bhagavan advises. Amanitam, Adambitam, Ahimsa, Chantihi, Arjavam. Arjavam means is the path of an arrow, straight line between thinking, speech and action. So when we are thinking, we should have the right thought, right understanding. Therefore, Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te. Karya Vyavastitau. That is what we have to understand. So first we have to, our mind should be saturated by the Guru's teachings and the Shastras also. Then only our thoughts and vision will become clear. So you can see that otherwise, simply think, the negative example I'll give you, there was a youngster. By the way, the wrong thinking. The Ravanas was wrong thinking. He went on thinking. That I want Sita. That completely destroyed him. That is a negative thinking. Constantly thinking of Sita negatively. That destroyed him. So there was one youngster. When he came out of the house every day, he could see opposite to his house, the neighbor's house, there was a very beautiful white cow which had round horns. It was very round. And this youngster, he thought, why not I put my head into this horns? This was his thought. He would stare at the cow for some time, and the cow would think, why this person is staring at me? See, every day when he came out, he would look at the cow and he thought, why not I put my head into the round horns? Every day it happened for more than 6 months. So finally he said, tomorrow I will put my head into those horns, just like that. And he went near the cow and he put his head into the horns. The cow got frightened. It gave a violent shake. The youngster fell down. It was badly, his neck was very badly, not injured, it got sprained. And the people came running and they told the youngster, Valanchi, ഒന്ന് ആലോചിച്ച് വേണ്ടേ ചെയ്യാൻ, ഒരു യുവാവല്ലേ, ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴേ ഒന്ന് ആലോചിച്ച് ചെയ്യണ്ടേ. തന്നെ അപ്പം യുവാവ് പറയാണ്, ഇതാ ഞാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞ 6 മാസമായി ഞാൻ ആലോചിക്കുന്നത്. So that is wrong. That is negative thinking. When the people came running and they told him, why don't you think before you do something? Such a stupid thing you have done. You're putting the head into the cow's horns. Why don't you think? Boy replied, now look here, I have been thinking for the past 6 months. So that is called wrong thinking. If I go on thinking the wrong things, then only the calamity and problems will come to me. That is what we have to understand. And very important, we have to understand a very important thing. This was narrated, the Bhagavan's story. This is the very important point. Bhagavan's story was narrated by Shukadeva. And who's Shukadeva? Shukadeva was as a brahmachari. And what does, if Rasa Leela is also a romance, a lover and his girlfriends dancing, what does the brahmachari know about romance? And Shukadeva, he was narrating to whom? King Parikshit. King Parikshit what was his question? How can I face death bravely, courageously, without fear? That was his question. Parikshit's question was, how can I face death fearlessly, courageously, boldly? That was his question in his mind. Or how can I escape death? And this long narration of Bhagavatam is an answer to his Parikshit's question by Shukadeva, who was a brahmachari. Therefore, we have to understand that he was trying to make us understand that the body will perish. We are the imperishable Atma, the Chaitanyam. Atma, Chaitanya never perishes. That is why the Shukadeva was in the highest state. Shukadeva, the son of sage Vyasa, was in the highest state of consciousness. He was narrating. So we can understand that. Shukadeva, a brahmachari, he can. So we understand that it was not what Shukadeva, the Rasa Leela was not romance, but it was the gopis were the jivatmas. They were trying to merge the individuality, and Sri Krishna Bhagavan is the Paramatma. Therefore, it was a dance, a union between the jivatmas and into the Paramatma. That is the meaning of Rasa Leela. It was not a lover and the beloved, the dancing. So that is we have to understand. So let us never confuse. Let us never confuse that Rasa Leela is a romance. It is the Jivatmas merging into the Paramatma. So I read something in the Ramayana also. When Sri Rama was walking through the forest, he was so enchanting that the rishis the rishis knew that Vishnu Bhagavan has incarnated, and they knew that he was in the forest. So they got up from their meditation, they ran after Bhagavan Rama. And Bhagavan Rama said, not now. In this life I have come for another purpose. Therefore, not in this life. In the next birth again, I will come again. The next birth we can have the Rasa Leela. And this is what I have read. And therefore, the Bhagavan Sri Rama was, he took incarnated again as Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. The rishis, they said, this is what I have heard, please don't misunderstand me. The rishis, they incarnated as the gopis because they wanted to be in Bhagavan Krishna's company. And this is what I read. I read that it was Bhagavan Shiva also, he also knew that Bhagavan Vishnu is incarnating, and he incarnated as Radha. This is what I have read. If I am wrong, please forgive me. This is what I have read. And therefore, what we have to understand is that we have already said that Vyasa Bhagavan's greatest contribution is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan's teaching is the greatest is his contribution. And like Amma said, my life is my message. Where she taught by setting an example. Bhagavan Krishna also taught us by not only by his words, but setting an example also. So when we read the Bhagavad Gita, we can get confused. What exactly is Bhagavan's main teaching? So some may say that Bhagavan teaching is the second chapter is Jnana Yoga. Therefore, Jnana Yoga is Bhagavan's main teaching is Jnana Yoga. So some others may say that the third chapter is the Karma Yoga. Bhagavan's main teaching is Karma Yoga. Some others may say that in 12th chapter it is Bhakti Yoga. So some Bhaktas will say that Bhakti Yoga is the main teaching. And in the chapters like 6 and other chapters, we have the Hatha Yoga. So they will say that Hatha Yoga is the main teaching. Therefore, there are so many things, so many topics in the Bhagavad Gita. So we may get confused. What is Bhagavan's main teaching? And you can be very sure that in the 15th chapter, when we chant every day before our prasadam, Annaprasadam, we say, Vedaicha sarvehi ahameva vedyaha. In the Vedaicha sarvehi ahameva vedyaha. Arjuna, in all the Vedas, the most important thing to be known is myself. Vedaischa sarvehi ahameva vedyaha. I have to be known. That is what we have to understand. And when Bhagavan says about I, he does not mean the individual I. He means the I, the Paramatma. So he says in the 4th chapter, he says, so we have to know that Tattidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upatekshatate jnanam jnanina tattvadarshinaha. So he says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So you know that by Tadvidhi pranipatena, by surrender, Pariprashnena sevaya, by questioning and by service. We have to rearrange the krama, the order. So first is we have to approach them, surrender to them. Then we do seva. So it should be tadvidi pranipatena sevaya pariprashnena. So we surrender, then we do service. After we do service, then we can ask the questions. That he says, Upadikshandate jnanam. So Upadikshandate, they will teach you the jnanam. And who are they? Jnanina Tattwadarshanha, those who have seen the truth, they will teach you. So Bhagavan is one who has seen the, you say Tattvadarshi, Bhagavan is a Tattvadarshi. We have a Tattvadarshi here, enlightened master. So we come coming to the important point. Point is, we say, they say in the we can say, we heard Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. I already said in the past few classes that be good. How can we be good? By our clarity of vision which as Amma has given us. So Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. We have our Buddha is one the enlightened master. The enlightened master, they call him Amitabha, one who has unlimited light, unlimited knowledge. Our Amma, it's like Buddha, the enlightened master. So Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, we need not go to the where Buddha was born. We have Buddha here. Buddha is the enlightened master. So I seek refuge in Amma. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I know what is the reality and what is how I can gain it. So then when I know that everything is that Paramatma, then what happens? I become dharmic. So my only thought is to how to serve the world. Therefore, Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I have the clarity of vision. When my vision, the clarity is there, my actions also will be dharmic. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami. And in this world of materialism, in this world, it is very difficult to practice the dharma. You can see students also, many students, they smoke and drink, whereas Amma's devotees, they don't, the good boy, like I'm a good boy, those who, with the students also, now the 10th standard, even 10th standard students or high school students, they also smoke and drink. So when we don't join them, they bully us. We are pushed to a corner. So there we have to have Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. Let us not call ourselves good boys. We say we are those who listen to our elders. And so I don't smoke, I don't drink, therefore I am a good boy. They are all bad boys. That is again ego. Let us never think like that way. I am a very good boy. That is also ego. Why are you not drinking and smoking? Because my elders told me it is not good for my health. I am listening to my elders. That is why I am not drinking and smoking or doing anything bad. So that group, Amma's devotees, we should always support each other. When we go, some of the devotees go abroad also. After their conferences, in the company's conferences, after the meeting in the evening, there is a big party, and the Amma's devotee, he does not. He is a vegetarian, and there'll be non-veg and liquor also. So he does not take that. They make fun of him. So he is very sad, and one of them here, they call me also. So there we have to Amma's children. We have to that's called those who love dharma, those who have a dharmic life. We also should be together as the big family. We should support each other and we should console each other. Don't worry, we are with you. Let us lead a dharmic path. That is called Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, clarity. Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, in right action. And in right action, I have the support of Amma's children. We are all together. Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. So that is the one good. So, and one last, the very, very important point, then I will stop. The last point is that we say how to reach that supreme state. In the 4th chapter, Bhagavan says, in our human life, they say it is a Mahayajna. The entire life is a Mahayajna, but that doesn't mean that this kind of yajna, pouring ghee into the fire, that is not the yajna. That's only symbolic. Our yajna, some people, they mistake that we have to go on doing a lot of yajnas, and I do yajnas, I get a lot of money, lot of prosperity, I can become Indra also. That's why they perform yajnas. But that's not the meaning. So we say, Bhagavan says, Shreyan Dravyamaya Yajnat Jnana Yajna Parantapa. Shreyan Dravyamaya Yajna Jnana Yajna Parantapa. Like this, the Dravya means the offerings, different types of offerings. Shreyan Dravyamaya Yajnat Jnana Yajna Parantapa. O Arjuna, the superior to the yajna done by with a lot of offerings is the Jnana Yajna. What is the Jnana Yajna? The offering of Ajnanam into the fire of knowledge. That is the Jnana Yajna. Sarvam karma kilam partha jnane parisamapyate. All actions finally merge into jnane, merge into knowledge. When I understand that actions are limited, actions can give only limited the results, I find that I go to my Acharya, and Acharya will tell me the real happiness is within. Ishvara Sarvbhutanam Kritdeshe Arjuna Tishtati. O Arjuna, the Bhagavan lives in the heart of every living being. And therefore, I try to focus in Bhagavan in my heart and discover there. So that is what we have to understand. But at the same time, we are advised when we know that we have to do yajnas, but yajnas alone cannot help. The real yajna is the offering of the ajnanam. Ajnanam is the offering, and the jnanam is the fire. We offer into that. That is the real yajna. At the same time, when we see people doing a lot of yajnas, let us not go and stop them. Let us not say, na karmana, na prajaya dhanena, tyage neke, amritamanashuhu. Let us not do that. Na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena. It is not by karma, not by anything. Only by tyagam we can get. Let's not confuse them. Those who are doing yajnas, continue them. So Bhagavan Krishna says, beautifully he says, na buddhi bedam jhanayet ajnanam karma sanginam joshet sarva karmani vidwan yukta tamacharan. So he says, na buddhi bedam jhanayet, do not confuse them. Na buddhi bedam jhanayet. Ajnanam karma sanginam. Those people who are attached to actions, do not confuse them, do not stop them. They tell them, Joshayit sarva karmani, encourage them slowly, and vidvan yukta samataran. I will performing my duties, I encourage them and slowly make them understand. Do not stop them like that. It will become a big problem for them. So the na buddhi vedam janayat. So encourage them, do not stop them, slowly make them understand. You by doing your duties, and the Joshit Sarva Karmani Vidwan Yukta Samacharan. That is what we have to see. That is important. And again, one more important point is that we say, in our Amma's bhajan, we say, Krishnam Kalaya Sakhi Sundaram. They say, Anganam Antare Madhavo Madhavam Chandare Nangina. That means Anganam Anthare Madhava. We see one gopi, near every gopi there is a Krishna. So one gopi, Krishna. Gopi, Krishna. That circle, in between every gopi there is a Krishna. So when you go to North India, we can see on the temple walls, they can see that they painted the Krishna, Gopi, Krishna, Gopi, Krishna, Gopi, Krishna, Gopi, like that. You can see the painting all over. Slowly we can see that the Gopi becomes smaller and Krishna becomes bigger, and slowly like that, finally the Gopi disappears. Therefore, we have to understand that the Gopis represent our thoughts, and Shri Krishna Bhagavan represents our Chaitanyam. So, between every Amma said, look between two thoughts. So the thought, the one thought comes, the thought goes. In that microscopic second, there is the Chaitanya is there. Then second thought comes. Again, the third thought comes. So in between every thought, a microscopic gap, the Chaitanyam. So Chaitanyam is always there. So when we go deeper and deeper into meditation, we can see the thoughts decrease. That's why we see the gopis decrease and the Chaitanya becomes more and more clear. So that is finally when all thoughts disappear and then only the Chaitanya remains. That is the meaning of that song. Angana Manganam Antare Madhavo Madhava Madhavam. The meaning is the gopi represents the thoughts and Krishna represents the Chaitanya. But gradually in meditation, the number of thoughts, they become less and less, they disappear. And finally only the Chaitanya is there. We think only of Krishna. So that is what we have to understand. That is the Krishna, Sri Krishna Tattwamritam, the Sri Krishna Tattvam is that he is the Chaitanyam in every living being. So Sri Krishna, on Janmashtami, Bhagavan Krishna should be born in our hearts. Our heart should be a Gokul. On Amma's birthday, our heart should become Amritapuri. Rama's birthday, our heart should become an Ayodhya. Then only that is we are celebrating the real birthday. So remember that. Now our Amma's birthday also is fast approaching. So let us convert there should be external also. We can say there should be Ayodhya, and the Ayodhya also which there should be celebrations. But our heart should become an Ayodhya. In Gokul also there should be outside there will be celebrations because they were born as human beings. So we cannot dismiss them as stories. Go to Gokulam and we celebrate, externally we celebrate here, but we will convert our hearts also into Gokulam. And on Amma's birthday we celebrate outside also and we convert our hearts into an Amritapuri. That way we celebrate Amma's birthday. So let us pray to Amma, give the clear vision and convert our hearts also into an Amritapuri, into a Gokulam, into an Ayodhya, and let Bhagavan, let the Chaitanya, that Chaitanya always become very clear to me so that I reach my goal in life. I surrender these words to the Amma's lotus feet. Om Amritageetananda. Om Lokaha Samasta Sukano Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Guru Bhyo Namah Hari Om.
गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वम् न गुरोरधिकं तपः